through this deal. If not, you'll at least get the gist of it. No, Wade, he's tough, and he can't get enough of lively confrontation, so being his friend, I'm asked to defend his slightest of miscalculation. Now, among his mistakes he too often makes, none of his business his. So I counsel restraint, because sometimes he ain't as tough as he thinks he is. Like that night he cut loose in a bar called the Moose in Dillon on rodeo night. I stayed on his tail and hopes to prevail and maybe prevent us a fight, but no way, he's headstrong. It didn't take long till he got in a debate involving a chair and big hunks of hair and starting to obligate his friends, which I could see was only me. A fact that I couldn't ignore, so grabbing his arm to lead him from harm, I dragged my pal to the door. No one disagreed, and I thought that we'd made our escape free and clear, but old Wade turns around and he says good and loud, "Who is the toughest guy here?" Now, nobody said a word, but I knowed they'd heard, because all heads turned to the bar, and right there in the hole like a power pole stood the pressure for all of these peers. He was ugly for hire. He wore a truck tire that come down over his ears. He had on some chaps with big rubber stretchy straps, but they was over his arms instead. He sported a pattern like the planet Saturn, because his eyebrows went plumb around his head. His good eye glared and his nostrils flared like a winded leopardon, which lent him the air of a wounded bear whose wee pointer had been stepped upon. A crescent wrench swung from where it hung on a log chain tied round his neck, along with a claw and a two-man buck saw and parts from a bad Harley wreck. And with his sumo girt, he needed no shirt. Hell, he had no place to tuck it. And wonders don't cease, because he wore a cod piece that was made from a backhoe bucket. Now, he was Fantasy Land and the Marlboro Man and Heartburn all rolled into one. And where I was looking, our goose is cooking. My rodeoing days is done. Then he spoke from the hole like a thunder roll that comes from deep under the sea. He just swallowed his snuff and said, "If you're hunting tough, well, boys, I reckon that would be me." I heard the pin drop. Held the clock even stopped. There was silence, except for my heaving. But old Wade, instead, he just pointed and said, "You, take over. We're leaving."